All right, welcome back to JYR Trades, everyone. Well, it's been a couple of days since I posted. Actually, it's been last Friday was the last time I posted. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, and reason why I haven't posted the last 3 days or so is because I've been out on vacation. I decided to take my family, my son and my wife, to SeaWorld in San Antonio. And so, with that said, I didn't take my laptop. I didn't take my any of my electronics other than my phone because I really wanted to focus more on the vacation than anything else. Spend time away from the charts. But that doesn't mean that I didn't trade. I still did trade using my phone, and I'll get to that part or that video in another video. So I'm going to be doing 3 videos today. I just got back home and settled down, all that good stuff. I am exhausted, a little tired, but nonetheless I am excited to get back into it, guys, because it seems like as the days go on and the more video journaling I do, the more I learn. And I hope that along the way you learn when you're looking at these videos. Guys, remember, once again, if you enjoy this content, okay, if you want to learn, hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it, comment. Okay, I believe that together we can learn a thing or two to help us get a better life, right? All right, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So Monday and Tuesday I did take a trade. Again, and that's going to be in a separate video. Today on Wednesday I did not take a trade because I was mainly driving. I was on the road, and so, as you know, I mean, you can't be driving and trading at the same time. It's just dangerous, right? And reckless. So I just said I'm not going to worry about it. I did see the overnight session, how things were kind of beginning to kind of unload, and I thought to myself, we're either going to have a decent run, either upwards or downwards, depending on what London decided to do. But let's talk about what we have here in the charts. All right, so where did price open though? This is about 729 right here. Okay, so where's price opening? First of all, are we opening up inside or outside New York value? We're opening outside and below New York value. So that's giving us the first clue of the day. All right, by definition, we are not on a rotation, so to speak. We're not, in other words, we're not going to be rotating for the majority of London. I'm sorry, New York. Okay. All right. So that's the first thing. Now the next question is, and that's the thing, that we open outside of value and below. At first glance, it looks bearish, right? But here's the conflict that I want to introduce you now. Now the mids, where are our mids? Okay, the mids are, we have our blue line here, which represents Asia mid, and then my purple line. Where is my purple line? My purple line is, where is my purple? It's gotta be this one. It's this one right here. It was kind of blending in with my Remitar auction 0. Okay, so it was a little difficult to catch it there. So it was right here. So where are our mids? So we have one mid outside and above New York value. The other one is literally down the middle. So that told me something important. Okay, this is telling me that although we are looking for a bearish move, price first has to do something here. It's gonna set up a trap first, and the reason why I say it's gonna set up a trap is because, more than likely, because of the way the mids are positioned, that they're leaking north, and we have price opening outside and below New York value. That's telling us that we're bearish, and there's a conflict there because the mids are leaking. Okay, they're leaking bullish. So the next thing that I was going to look at here is, where does Remitar, our auction 0, where is it going to migrate? That's the final piece of the puzzle right there. If this thing decides to migrate up, then you know what? more than likely we're going to repair up. Okay, if it decides to migrate down, we're gonna go bearish. Okay, but again, you need to look at the context of our mids. Okay, and so when price opened up, you can see that we migrated south. Okay, and it wasn't just an ordinary migration. I mean, it was a decent amount. It was literally 94 points. So it was a good 100-point migration. Okay, it wasn't simple. Now, if it had migrated a very small amount, that changes things. Okay, but for now, this move here is telling us that we are gonna migrate south. Now, we gotta take into context the mids. I said the mids were leaking. We have our New York value here. These white lines represent New York value. All right. This blue and purple are mids. We have our London mid in the middle of it. Okay. And then our Asia mid on top of it, leaking outside of it. So what that is telling me, basically is telling me is this, is that before price decides to move down, go bearish like it wants to, okay, do an expansion south below, it needs to first balance itself out. And that's what these mids are telling us here. And so when you look at the move, okay, when you look at the move now, I want you to see something here. Okay, price actually decided, once the auction of the migration happened and it went down, what did price decide to do? It decided to migrate up. And not only did it migrate, I mean not balance itself up, but notice where it balanced itself, to the New York value area low, the white line here. All right, now at this point right here, when we are right here in price, I did what I normally do. I did a 120 point box. I put the center with my new auction 0 here, and that's usually just going to tell me that price is going to usually rotate within this box here. And because I knew, or I saw that because of the mids, that we were going to rotate upwards, I felt right away, I said there's no coincidence that when you look at our 120 point box here, the edge of it is pretty much on par with our New York value area low. Now, I said I didn't trade today, but if I would have traded, ladies and gentlemen, where would I have traded? There's a couple of locations here. All right, if I would have traded within here, and I look at my 0, my auction 0, I would have traded either right once it rejected off of the 12, or as soon as I saw bodies crossing the last POC, which was Delta London POC. Once that crossed, I would have targeted the 62. All right, now it targeted the 62. All right, the 12 confirms, honestly, the structure is confirming. All right, so once it went through the 12 and then it rejected, that was confirming the structure. But if you wanted to be a little extra safe, once you saw that this particular candle right here and it was beginning to cross, that would have been enough for me. Now I say that I would have started here. Where would I have placed my stop loss? To be honest with you guys, here at this point, I would have probably placed it right around this 0, because of this highest point right here. You know, this pullback right here. And so from here to here, when you measure the 62, that's literally, ladies and gentlemen, even from that POC, it's a 71 point move. Now, remember what I had said earlier. Is that price was going to balance itself out, like almost like going upwards, right? Here it did that, But when you notice here, it almost did the same move, but just on a lower part of the chart. It went up once again, tagged the 0, and it did this balancing act right here. Notice, where is it building? Where's the compression building? Remember, the compressions, think about like a spring. It's gonna compress, 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 and then eventually it's gonna explode. So this doesn't change the fact that, again, we open outside of value below us. Okay, all right, our POCs are pushing downward. Okay, and this POC here, the final one, it allows price to push down once again. Okay, notice again the same pattern but lower. In other words, went up and then made the move down, went up, but again lower than this, new auction 0. All right, around the POC, compressing, and goes down, tags a few more times, and then the new value migration comes down. This is the last support here, ladies and gentlemen, right here. This POC is the last support. So that tells you right there, once it truly rejects it, okay, if you were waiting to make a move again, if you were late to the party, say you missed a morning session, and say you missed this part of the early PM, and then you see price coming back up, and you see that it tags here, okay, where did price open? It opened outside of New York, below value, okay. Our mids were leaking longish, letting us know there was going to be some type of balance, some type of a trap. This right here was designed for one purpose: to trap early sellers. People saw that we started outside of New York value right here below. Hey, that's a bearish move by definition. We're gonna bearish, but it has to balance itself out, because again, the mids are telling us, the mids are outside. One is outside on top of New York value area high, and the other was in the middle of it, the middle of the New York value. That's telling us it was gonna balance itself out. So when we had early sellers that were eager to sell here, saying, hey, it's gonna go ahead and we're gonna go sell. What did it do? It took them out right here. It took them out. If you here again, if you would have started from here, I mean, yes, you could take a trade and say, hey, I could have gone all the way from here to here. However, there's no guarantee that price doesn't change its mind. For me personally, again, I had the auction 0. Once the auction 0 migrated, I was waiting for price. Notice how, again, price is tagging this area. This particular area faked out over here, more to this side. Notice no fake out over here. All right, once price came through here, I would have said, okay, we're right here. Let's once it would have tagged, say, past the -12, not tagged it, but past the structure, and then reclaim here, and it rejected, boom, that's the entry in my opinion. Okay, but if you want to be on the safe side, it would have been, in my opinion, again, the POC. The POC was the last support, the last support at the bottom. Once price, you notice price went all the way to 62, past -62, maybe close to -70, came back all the way back to 0. Again, where would I have put my stop loss? Right above the 0 here. That's where I would have put it. If I felt like it was even more, just to be more on the safe side, maybe the 12. But to be honest with you, this right here, this area here told me when it rejected here, I felt comfortable enough. And notice this is one of the this is the previous day mid level. Anyway, so once price was building value here, building value. This is a typical compression right here. All right, typical compression, rejection, and then the real move of the day began. I mean, gosh, this from here to here, that's over 300 points right there. Massive move. You could have gone in here, could have gone in here, could have gone in here. I mean, it was a massive move. Okay, but yeah. So what's the main lesson about today, guys? The main lesson is it's not about where it opens, okay? Because again, where did we open? We open outside below New York value, so automatically you're thinking, okay, we're gonna go bearish. And if you would have taken a sell right here, a sell trade, you would have gone stopped out, more than likely, depending on where you would have put your stop loss. But remember, once price starts, you have to look at everything. You have to look at your, again, are we inside value? Where are our mids? Are we outside of the mids? And where's the location of our mids? Does our migration of post auction zero or pre-migration zero support the move? Here it did. It supported it. So guess what? It was obvious that this move was gonna go significantly low today. So yeah, definitely it would have gone move. So again, it's not about where it opens, it's about how it behaves after. Okay, so you have to look at all the little details there. Okay. Oh, as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, you like the content, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, share, comments. I would love to hear from you guys, see what you all thought about today. Hopefully you were in there, you took a trade at the right time, and were able to make some bank. Okay, all right, and you should be seeing another video, the other two videos for the other 2 days, for Monday and Tuesday. As always, all this information here is for educational purposes. This is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Okay, and I hope you all like it.